My name is Veronika Bajnokova, and today I am here with Angelos Konstantinidis. Hello, Angelos.
Hello, Veronica.
Angelos is the founder of the yoga community called Yoga in the Park, and today he invited me to his lovely home. Thank you for that.
Always welcome you, Veronica.
I see that you have your yoga mat right here in the middle of the living room. I wonder, were you practicing yoga before I got here?
Well, actually not, but in general, during the weekend when I wake up, I do some yoga. So I did like 30 minutes. And also because I will have time in the evening, I will do yoga in the evening as well. And during the weekend, in general, I leave my mat there. I love to see it as well, like
Keeping it,
inviting me.
keeping it as a reminder
Yeah, yeah,
for the
yeah.
motivation.
Yeah.
So, I would love to ask you some questions about this Yoga in the Park community. And before I got here today, I visited the website. And the first thing I see on the website is the quote that says, "It's not just about yoga, it's about the community." So I would love to ask you, what does this mean? What does it mean to be a community? What does it mean to be a yoga community?
Yeah, thank you very much for this question. It's very important for me. And when I started this giving these yoga classes, it wasn't only about teaching yoga to people. It was also about bringing people together, creating a network of people, creating connections. So let's say, in contrast with normal yoga studios or gyms that offer yoga classes, the difference is that in this community, people come not only to do yoga. Of course, we do yoga, but also we hang out together. We go to concerts together. We go for coffees together. We do brunches after yoga, or we do some tea after yoga. So we do things. It's not about yoga only.
That sounds so amazing and so much fun. Another thing that I read on your website, and it really caught my attention, and I would love to ask you more about this. Your website says that you practice Shaikyerbhuti Yana Asana at the highest underground bar in Groningen. Could you please explain to me what does this mean?
Okay, okay. This is an inside joke. I will try to briefly explain how it was created. So we hang out every Thursday in a bar here in Groningen, several people, and while we were hanging out and having some beers and we were in a funny mood, we created this inside joke. The end of the name, it's asana, which in yoga means posture. So we are playing with words actually because we are dancing there and we name it like an asana. So yeah, more or less, if I can describe it well.
Well, thank you for the explanation of this inside joke, because yeah, it makes your About Us website more interesting. So I would love to ask you next. You mentioned that your yoga classes are different from those regular in yoga studios, for example. Could I ask, in what way are the classes different? Is
Yeah.
there anything perhaps special about those classes?
Yeah, thank you very much again. I mean, for me, two things are very important. One is that we try to break this hierarchical relationship between a teacher and student, uh, especially because it's a community, as we say. So when we see people that they have an adequate level in yoga, we invite them to teach some classes as well. So now actually it's not me the only person that is teaching yoga. We are four teachers actually, and we exchange experiences and also we share the responsibility. And the other interesting thing is that because we are so open, people who we have some very interesting people coming to the classes, and they play music in the end. So we play handpan,
What is a
flute.
handpan?
A handpan is a kind of musical instrument it's like a drum, let's say, but you play it with the hands, and yeah,
So
that's
it's a type
it.
of
So
drum.
so the thing is, we have this element as well, so music in the end of the classes as well,
Wow,
which
that's
adds something to the experience as
yeah,
well.
that's wow, that's sounds great. Um, I wonder, how did you start this community and why is it called Yoga in the Park?
Well, when I arrived here in Groningen, I didn't know many people, of course, actually very few, and I started this community um, based on some people who showed interest to 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 offer them a yoga class. I just joined the coffee, and they asked me if I can offer a yoga class, and I said yes, and that's how it started. And I wanted to do that because I like doing yoga. I like teaching as well in general, and most important of all, I like doing things in nature. So all these three elements combined very well together.
So how do you deal with this weather right now? Because I
Yeah,
suppose you don't practice in the park anymore in December.
yeah, the weather is a problem in the Netherlands. Everyone knows that. So yeah, we were. I would like to do yoga outside. No, no, I'm just kidding. We were fortunate. We were very fortunate that we found an organization that provides us with a gym for free.
That's
So we
amazing.
can, yeah, we can still continue offering classes during the winter as well.
And you are getting this space, the gym, you said it's for free. How is
Mhm.
that possible? How does that work?
I don't know how they deal with that, Veronica, but yeah.
Okay, that's a fair answer.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm volunteering and the other teachers are volunteering as well. We're not getting paid, and
Oh, I
the
see.
thing the participants are not paying as well. So
Mm,
it's basically the organization is targeting to people from low social um, ranks
mm-hmm.
who do not have the money or the time
Of
to
course.
join a yoga class. So they are offering activities, not only yoga. We are just part of this organization, let's say.
That's so amazing because yoga classes in general are so expensive nowadays.
Mhm.
So, yeah, wow. And I wonder, do you also have a yoga teacher certificate then?
Not yet, not
Not yet.
yet,
What
not
does
yet,
that mean?
not yet. It means that I'm planning, actually, not just planning. I will go to India in
Oh, wow.
yeah, end of December with a friend who is also teacher in the group,
Oh, so
and we
you're
will,
going together.
yeah, we are
Oh.
going together, and we're going to participate, attend a yoga teacher training school. So we'll be back in Groningen in February with a certificate of teacher for teachers.
Well, that sounds like a really long trip, but an exciting adventure, I must say.
Yeah, it will be my first time in India, and also first time that I'm doing such a big thing in yoga. Like I will attend the school for 30 days. So yeah, I'm quite excited I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, good luck to you on your trip then.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, I have to ask you, I'm really curious. Do you have a favorite pose in yoga?
Mm, yeah. It's a difficult question. It's a difficult question because depending on the mood, let's say, or the needs of my body or my mind as well, I choose a different, let's say, asana. Asana is a posture. But I would go for something simple in general that works all the time, that I practice it very regularly. So it's a downward facing dog.
Okay.
It's something like a pyramid. So you stand on your hands and legs as well, and your body's up on the air, and yeah, all the weight of your body goes to your hands and legs, and your head hangs freely. Some people, yeah, do not really like it in the beginning, but I think it stretches very well the whole body. It's a very nice practice to do. not only for your physical, for your body, but also for the mind. It helps, like hanging your head down. It helps to perhaps refocus, perhaps also see things with a different angle.
Perhaps we'll
Yeah.
have to try to get all that blood rush into our
Yeah,
head.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you mentioned that what you like doing in yoga also depends on your mood or your perhaps situation. So I would love to ask you, how does yoga impact your daily life, or how do you connect yoga to your everyday activities?
Um, yeah. So when I started yoga, I started like very, let's say, not so enthusiastic. Let's say I was not so enthusiastic about it, but very soon I saw the results in my body, basically. So I have a problem in my spine. So with yoga, this was very much improved, and I also saw very much improvement in my flexibility as well in general. And also I have allergies that prevent my respiration. It's kind of blocked, and with yoga respiration again, this is very much improved. So so I saw the results, and I try to integrate yoga in my life as much as possible. Now, how do I keep it, let's say, in balance, as you said? What was the question again, please?
I was just wondering how you include yoga into your everyday life. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, perhaps how do you balance it with your work life?
yeah.
Because you said this is not your source of income, you're doing this as a volunteer work. So how do you find the time for it?
Okay, yeah. We find time for our hobbies. I mean, all people. So for me, it's a must thing during the day. I do it in the morning or in the evening,
So
and sometimes both in morning and evening, like today.
so do you practice every single day?
Y- in general, yes.
And would you say that for a person to see the results, as you said, like improved health, physical and perhaps also mental health, do they need to practice every day?
Not necessarily, but because when I started, I was practicing like 3 times a week. So
see.
I think like 3 times a week, but stick to this plan like for a month, and you can see some results for sure.
Just to stick to the plan and
Yeah, 3 months, three times a
show
week
up
for
on
a
the
month.
mat.
Yeah, because if you start one week and then the next week you don't go and then you start again the next week, it doesn't really
Need
help.
to be consistent, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, I would love to get back to the community a little bit now, and I would really love to ask you, what does this community mean to you personally? Like, for example, did this community bring anything into your life? Maybe some special relationships or something?
Special relationships for sure. As I said, I'm going to India with a friend that actually we became so close friends because of this. And also I met and I'm having good friends from this community as well. So yeah, it's very special for me, and also I know some good friends became actually a couple through the community.
Oh,
So
through the community.
yeah, they didn't met in the community, but the community helped them to come together more often. So yeah, I think the community gives a lot to not only to me but also to people that are members of this community.
Yeah, that sounds so amazing and so lovely. Sounds like a beautiful love story as well.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I hope that they will write about it someday.
Oh, really? And yeah, this is the last question that I have for you, and I would like to know, how do you see the future of this community? Do you have any perhaps plans for the community in the near future?
I I'm very happy with the community so far. Like when I started giving these classes, didn't expect all these things to happen. Like 1.5 year we're teaching now. My let's say my only big project for the future is to organize a yoga retreat. somewhere in Spain or Greece,
Oh, wow.
like in springtime or autumn. That would be amazing. I
S-
think people will love it.
So definitely somewhere where the weather is better than the Netherlands.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it would be a nice experience for everyone.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Have a yoga class on the beach during a really warm day when the sun sets. Must be amazing.
Hmm.
Well, Angelos, thank you so much for this interview. I'm really glad we could do this.
Thank you very much, Veronica. It was a pleasure, really.